feels when he breaks his fast and when he meets his Lord. Now, the believer breaking the fast now is not just eating, breaking the fast. You eat, you break the fast, especially in countries where it is very difficult to fast. Not in America, it's so easy. Next 15 years, 20 years, it's going to be very easy. But we also did hard days also here in America. We also did 15 hours, 18-hour fasts also here. We passed through those days too, and Allah is making us to taste now Ramadan in every season. There is also a secret to that. So when it's very difficult and when you're drinking, when you feel it, in some ways, alhamdulillah, we don't feel so much hunger and thirst during the Ramadan. There is another blessing. But when you feel that and you're taking the water, you say, shukr, alhamdulillah, the pleasure that you feel from that when you're breaking your fast. It says, it is going to be like that, the ni'mat, the pleasure when you meet your Lord. So that means that before you meet your Lord, in reality, you are fasting. When you meet your Lord, it's like you break your fast. Because fasting, you are separated. You are separating. The body needs the food, no? I'm not saying now it is the food that makes the body to become alive. It is a spirit that is making the body to become alive. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making everyone to understand step by step, coming from the lowest point. Step by step now. Now, who is making the spirit now to become alive? It is Allah, our Creator. And when we're going to meet Him now, we're going to become more alive. We don't really understand what it means, because how many understand themselves? How many understands their Lord? And the Prophet ﷺ says, the one who doesn't understand himself, he doesn't understand his Lord. The one who knows himself, he knows his Lord. Tasawwuf is all about knowing yourself. You understand? If you don't know yourself, you don't know your Lord. You don't know your Lord, you cannot worship your Lord. People don't know. We're saying, you have this quality. You didn't know. You now you know? Yes, I know. Now you're going to change? I will try. Inshallah. Yallah. We go on our journey. You're coming into tariqat. You must know yourself. You know this for yourself? No, I didn't. Now you know, I'm not accepting. So, okay, if you're not accepting, it's okay also. But whatever that you're not accepting is going to destroy you, because you don't know yourself, you don't know how to fix yourself. That sickness now, you don't know how to fix yourself. Your worshipping and knowing Allah is going to be broken. It's going to be broken. So the whole aim is knowing yourself. Person is so arrogant. Person is so stubborn. He doesn't know. You know so many people, they don't even know they're angry people or they're arrogant people. Their prayer, their zikr, their worship, everything, it is good. But one piece of anger, it can destroy all their good deeds. I'm not saying this, our Prophet is saying this. Alayhi salatu wassalam. He is saying this. Anger burns our amals and our ibadats like fire burns the wood. Which is why Prophet ﷺ is saying, there will be people who fast in the month of Ramadan, and all they get from fasting in the month of Ramadan is just hunger and thirst. No sawab, no blessing, no understanding, no knowledge. And he's saying, there are those who worship all night long, nafila ibadat, in the month of Ramadan, and all they get from that is just tiredness, no blessing. So where is the blessing coming from? And what is it that we are doing that is blocking the blessing to come? This is beyond now. This is not the worship, is not the actions. It has to do with the heart. So Ramadan now, it has to do with the heart. You have to understand what is the heart. If your heart is not longing for your Lord, Allah, Allah, that heart must be dead. Because our heart, 24 hours, is saying, who. If you listen to your heart, the way that it's beating, it's saying, who. And everything in creation is calling their Lord in their own language. Every animal, every fish, every atom, every insect, things that has been created. Everything has a different life. Not the same life, different life. And everything that is in existing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created that. That one is remembering his Lord. Even the galaxies, they're circling around, remembering their Lord. But the remembering of your Lord cannot be with the tongue. It has to be with the heart. And if the heart is not clean, then whatever you say with the tongue is not going to be too clean. Whatever you do with the hands, with the body, with everything is not going to be too clean. Your heart is clean. You cannot worship so much. You cannot do so much. But your heart is clean. You're going to get the blessings. More than those ones that their hearts are not clean, but they do everything. Because that one whose hearts are clean, they see the reflection of their Lord. And they start to know themselves, and they start to know their Lords, and they become very beloved to their Lords. How many prophets there are that we don't even know their names? So many. We don't even know their names. Quran is just mentioning what, 28, 27? Around there. But there are 124,000. Let's just say, in our way, in the Naqshbandi way, we at least know the Nabi Mursals. Nabi Mursals, how many are there? You think there's only 5 or something, but Rasul, there's 313 Rasuls. And that is written, their names and everything, by Shaykh Maulana himself, and that's made into a Tawis. Now, I'm just saying there are thousands that we don't know their names, but Allah knows them, and they know their Lord. There are thousands, over 100,000. Let's say 124,000. Let's say we take 1,000 out. 123,000. We don't know their names. It's lost, it's forgotten. But Allah remembers. The angels remember. All of creation remembers them. And so many of them, they don't even have one person to follow them on the Day of Judgment. But they're quiet, they know their Lord, and their Lord knows them. So everything points back to the heart now. So the Ramadan, if we're not looking into our heart to see how our heart is sick and how to cure it, then we miss the point of Ramadan too. We cannot now move forward from Ramadan. So many people ask me every Ramadan, every Eid, how do I continue with my ibadat from Ramadan? How do I continue with this feeling? How do I continue with that? Why are you asking me? Number one, you can never continue because the blessing that comes down for Ramadan is not given to any other month. The whole world is fasting at the same time. I mean, more or less these days they fight over everything. The whole world is breaking fast. The whole world is in prayer and in fasting. That is very powerful. Never you're going to get that outside. In the old days it used to be. Outside of Ramadan, you'll find almost the entire ummah fasting on this day, this day, this day, and this day. Correct? Those are holy days and nights. Now, no. They say you're fasting this time, Rajab, it's bid'ah. You're fasting what? Sha'ban is bid'ah. Everything is bid'ah. Oh, they say Ahl Sunnah now. They say, oh, is that wajib? It's sunnat. Oh, okay, no. But you call yourself Ahli Sunnat. Why you don't call yourself Ahli Farz or Ahli Wajib? We call ourselves Ahli Sunnat because we love our Prophet, because we're defending the Sunnah. So Ahli Sunnah now say, oh, no, it's not. So they can dare to come without covering their head, for instance. Oh, to cover your head is only Sunnah. Only Sunnah? People use Sahabe Kiram. They died. They sacrificed themselves because of only Sunnah. This is how far away we are from it. You understand? And we, in this way, following Sultan al-Awliya, we have to be very careful now. We're not like others. You're doing something that is against the Sunnah, you better have a good explanation. You have to, not explanation, you're following a sheikh, you have to have permission. You have to have a permission. Because everything that you do, there is a price for it. So the Ramadan time, people asking how we can do after Ramadan. You cannot do. You cannot pray Taraweeh after Ramadan. Even if you want to try to pray, you won't have the same feeling. But if during Ramadan you're watching yourself, how I fail and how I pass, and then you're like, I fail in this way. You're not looking to Ramadan just to harvest, but you're looking to see, oh, I harvest this, but this fruit is not too good. This one is good. This one is good. And you're trying to figure out, okay, because during Ramadan I didn't do this too much. Because during Ramadan I didn't do this worship too much. Because Ramadan like this, I allow my anger to come out. I allow my arrogance to come out. Then after Ramadan, especially in the 6 days of fasting, in the month of Shawwal, you put that intention in. That is how you're going to make your Ramadan, the blessings of Ramadan, to continue. Because the Ramadan is about changing yourself and becoming a better person. Changing yourself and to become more pure, more clean. It's not about fasting. It's not about iftar. It's not about Eid. Ramadan is not about fasting. It's not about iftar. It's not about Eid. Now they're going to say he's crazy. But Ramadan means to burn. To burn your bad deeds. To burn. You know how some things you can clean by washing. Some things you have to scrub very hard. Chef used to say with what? Brillo, not Brillo. Don't give me American Brillo. Brillo. Scrub with the Brillo. Some you have to pour acid, yes, to clean. And some, what do you need to do? You have to burn it. Especially those auto mechanic, that kind of rust and everything burning up. You have to burn it in order for it to clean. But that is the highest point, to burn. And that is the most effective. Ramadan burns all of our bad deeds. It is to make us to be pure. So Ramadan's purpose is for that. If you are fasting, if you are praying, if you are making tarawih, if you are making nafilah, but you're not burning your ego, you miss the point of Ramadan. You miss it. You miss the real meaning of Ramadan. Like that kind of Ramadan, just to not eat and drink and break your fast at iftar, munafiq can do. That kind of Ramadan, a kafir can do. It's easy. You understand? But the kind of Ramadan to say, I have to fix myself, I have this mistake, I have to fix it. That kind of Ramadan, very few are looking. We're following a doctor. Everybody needs a doctor. We're following a doctor to become clean. The doctor may even say to you, okay, tomorrow I'm going to cut you up. People accept. People don't accept this kind of doctor cutting them up. And the doctor will say to you, what? Before operation. Always he says, what? Don't eat and don't drink. Fast. Why he has to be like this? Why he has to be like that? Why he has to be like that? You're questioning? Well, be careful. You don't understand now. Doctor does not see whether you're black or white. Correct? Doctor doesn't see whether you're male or female. Doctor doesn't see whether you're young or you're old. Doctor can be 30 years old, let's say. These days, like 30, let's say 40 years old. By the time they reach 40, they have thousands, hundreds and thousands of debt, but they become doctor and they make it back, alhamdulillah, inshallah. So, a 190-year-old man comes in front of him. The doctor will tell him, look, you're sick like this. This is your medicine you have to take. I don't like to take this. Doctor is interested? No, doctor is not interested whether you like or you don't like. Doctor may even say, if I don't cut you up, you're going to die. Please, cut me up. So many they are saying that. That is, the person is understanding himself and understanding the doctor that is in front of him. Some doctors, like those fake ones, they will just say, don't worry, just eat these supplements and then you're going to be okay. But the really good ones, they are not going to be shy, because they know if you don't take it, you're going to suffer. The real doctors, they're not going to be shy. They don't look, this one is older than me, I shouldn't. This one is like this, I should know. He's going to say, haq is haq. This is it. But situation is different now. No patient is going to look at that doctor and the patient is saying, who is he? This one is beneath me. This one is young. This one is this. This one is that. Doesn't happen. Bruh, kafir doctor you treat with so much respect. The spiritual doctors, it happens. This is Ahir Zaman. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We all of us, we have those diseases. Not everything that the doctor does you understand. You shouldn't understand anyway. You're going to go crazy if you try to understand. But to know that one is not doing anything to destroy you. He's giving you new life. He's killing himself to make you to become better. One day maybe you'll thank him. Just as this man, one day, he was sitting under a tree. Weather is kind of like this. It's nice. He's sleeping. And his mouth was open, like this. One man coming on a horse and sees him sleeping. And he sees a snake coming and going into his mouth. The snake went inside into his stomach, and the man riding on the horse looked at that and he says, I have to save him before it's too late. The man rode the horse, waking him up, and the man who was sleeping woke up and he saw the horse trying to kill him. It looks as if this man is trying to kill him. Who is this mad person trying to kill me? And the man takes the whip and he says, get up. There's no time for explanation now, because this one who swallowed the snake is going to die. He says, get up. And he says, what? What do you want from me? Stop. Don't kill me. What are you doing? I don't even know you. Get up. He says, run. He says, run. And this man kept running. And he's charging him with the horse. He came to an apple tree, and the apples are all on the ground, the rotten ones. And he says, stop now, eat the apples. The man, he says, what? First he woke me up. Then he tells me to run. Now he asks me to eat rotten apples. It doesn't make sense. Sounds familiar? It doesn't make sense. The man says, eat. Taking it, you don't want to eat? He whipped him. Eat. And the man started eating. He says, more. More he eat until his stomach was like this. And he feels like throwing up, like some murids. They get sick and they want to throw up. By the way, don't throw up anywhere, okay? If you want to get sick, you go to the toilet and you throw up. Don't throw up in kitchen. Don't throw up in waste paper basket. Don't throw up, and then don't say, oh, it's not. This is clean place. And people bring dirtiness here. But anyway, so he was eating, and he feels like throwing. The man says, now run again. And he whipped him. The man started running. He threw up. All the apples came out, and the snake came out. And the man before, who was crying, he was cursing at this man, whipping at him, who thought that this is shaitan. Suddenly ran up to him and kissed his hand and said, you must be an angel. You must be a saint. How did you know? Man says, I don't have to explain anything to you. I didn't even have time to explain things to you. And so many times, just to submit, you are going to see. We're not whipping anyone, but we're seeing how much it is that's inside of you. What it is. So many, we are filled with snakes and scorpions. No, please. Now people are going to say, no, not me. I pray every day. I say, no, it's nothing to do with that. We're talking about disease of the heart, you understand? Who among here is saying, I don't have anger? Say. Okay? And then I may say, you're on the way of sainthood. Who? Men's or women's? Or say, jealousy, or arrogance, or stubbornness, all inherit from Shaitan. So now, where is it that you want to go? Which kind of iftar you want? The iftar that is going to be swallowing snakes and scorpions, or the iftar that you're going to be breaking with your Lord and with your Prophet? Because that kind of iftar, breaking your Lord and your Prophet, you have to throw up everything. We're saying. People are not believing. These are not my words. And if you say this is a story, it's not a story. It's a reality. It happened. Same way people are saying when they're reciting the Quran. The Jews and the Yahudis and the Munafiqs saying, he's just telling us old stories. Don't be like that. They are there not for us to curse at them. They are there so that we say we don't have those characteristics and to share. We have to be very careful because this is a way that is very alive. This is not a dead tariqat. This is alive. If I open a little bit more about the station of Sahibul Saif and Sultan al-Awliya, we wonder how many of you are going to believe. Or you're going to get floored. You're going to say this is. So this is for you and it's for me. Take it for what it is. I'm not pulling myself out from this. But if you are going to say, well, you tell us not to be angry, but you're angry. You tell us not to, but you are like that. I'm saying, okay. You know that story of the man who swallowed the snake and the man who's whipping? Then you're going to get your answer there. Because the man who is riding the horse, who is whipping, who is doing everything, it looks as if he's crazy, right? It looks as if he's angry, correct? It looks as if he's a tyrant, correct? He loves you and he wants to save your life. Believe it or not, as you like. وَمِنَ اللَّهُ تَوْفِيقْ الْفَاتِحَةِ.